Shalom and welcome to Yeshiva B'nai Noach. I'm Tom Averna. This is the Beginning Biblical Hebrew course. This is the revised Chapter 19, New and Improved Commands and Numbers Exercise 2 video. For those of you who come later and watch these videos, this won't make any sense to you, but I had to redo the Exercise 2 video, and this is what came of that. And let's start with exercise 5 for chapter 19, page 201. This one, they give you the first sentence, and you are to change it to a negative and then a positive command form. So that's what we'll be doing here, or looking at here, as it's already done. But let's go ahead and read the Hebrew, and then we'll translate it. So the first sentence is, Ta'ale el hahar u misham tir'ei et elef ha-shomrim. So you will go up to the mountain, and from there you will see the 1,000 guards. And then the changing this to the positive or to the negative command first. Al ta'ale el hahar u misham al tirei et elef ha-shomrim. So do not go up to the mountain, and from there do not see the 1,000 guards. So as a reminder, all you're doing when you're changing to a negative command is you're taking the future tense, the imperfect tense, and you are keeping it exactly as it appears, exactly as it would be in the imperfect tense. Voweling and everything stays the same for the most part. All you're doing is adding the word al in front of it. So that is your clue as you're reading that this is not in the imperfect tense. Otherwise, you'd have no way of knowing. And so pay attention to this. This negates it. If you wanted to negate the imperfect tense, you would add the word lo here. But with al, it makes it a command. So do not go. So just pay attention to that. That's how you change it. It's very simple as far as rewriting the sentence. All you're going to do is add al. So now we're going to go from a negative to a positive command. Ale el hahar u misham ra'e et elef ha-shomrim. So this is go up to the mountain, and from there see the 1,000 guards. All you're doing here, again, just follow the patterns. Always look for patterns. They're really going to help in remembering Hebrew. So remember in this one, to negate it, you take the full spelling of the tense, of the future tense, the incompleted action, as it were, and you are bringing it down following the al. Now, to make it a positive command form, all you're going to do is take the same, again, this is in most cases, there are some exceptions, but you're going to take the same consonants and vowels, the same spelling from the imperfect tense, but dropping the first prefix, the prefix that identifies it as imperfect. Okay, so that becomes ale in this case. So we drop the tav, and that's the perfect command, or imperfect. Well, it's the command form. All right. So How do you know? Because if you just look at this, it looks like it's in the perfect tense, doesn't it? This would be he will go up if this were in the imperfect tense. But always remember your clue, your pattern for the perfect tense, the past tense, is a kamats here. If you don't see a kamats under the first letter, chances are it is not a perfect tense verb. So again, if you didn't have these patterns to look at, that's the way you know that this is a command form and not the perfect tense form. All right, so again, look for patterns, pay attention to the patterns. Okay, number 2, without as much information. Telchu el sheshet ha-shoftim ha-yoshvim ba'ir. So you will go to the 6 judges living. So this tells you that you have an adjectival form of the participle. This is a participle for yeshav, sit, settle, to reside, or live. So you see the O, that tells you it's a participle. The ha identifies it as an adjective for the noun that precedes it, because it's definite. It's in the same number and the same gender. So all of those match. So that is what tells you here that you have. So we can translate this in a few ways. You will go to the 6 judges who are living in the city, or you can go to the 6 living judges, but that doesn't quite make as much sense in the city. Or probably the best way is you will go to the 6 judges living in the city. All right. We're negating it now. Al telchu el sheshet ha-shoftim ha-yoshvim ba'ir. So now do not go to the 6 judges living in the city. And then changing it to a positive command, lechu el sheshet ha-shoftim ha-yoshvim ba'ir. Go to the 6 judges living in the city. Okay, and again, we have, this tells us this command is in the masculine plural form. So it's y'all go. Y'all go. Now, number 3. Tishmeu et hakol ha-ole min hamidbar. So you all, this is would be the masculine plural. Y'all will hear the voice or the sound ascending or going up in the desert. Again, same kind of thing, adjectival participial form here, but the best translation is just to make this an ing verb and translating it that way. So again, you will hear the voice or the sound ascending, going up from the desert. In the negative, al tishmeu et hakol ha-ole min ha-midbar. Do not listen to the voice going up or ascending from the desert. And in the command form here, just dropping the tav, shim'u et hakol ha'ole min hamidbar. So this would be listen to the voice ascending from the wilderness or the desert. Number 4. Tikra'i el ha'anashim ha'yodim et ha'torah. So you will call, to E would be you feminine singular. You will call to the people or to the men, knowing or who know the Torah, the law. You will call to the people who know the law. Al tikra'i el hanashim ha-yodaim et ha-Torah. Do not call to the people who know the law. Kir'i el ha-anashim ha-yodaim et ha-Torah. Call to the people who know the law. And this, if you're dealing with a script that does have all of the punctuation in it, this is another clue that you're dealing with a command form verb. If you have the exclamation point, it means there's a command form verb in the sentence, as the main verb of the sentence at least. So that's another thing, another pattern you can pay attention to. If you're not dealing with punctuation, that won't help you at all. Then you do have to look at your forms a little closer. Okay. Number 5. Tikach arba'a kohanim imcha la'ir. So you will take 4 priests with you to the city. Al tikach arba'a kohanim imcha la'ir. Do not take 4 priests with you to the city. Kach arba'a kohanim imcha la'ir. Take 4 priests with you to the city. And our last one from exercise 5. Ta'asu shiva ma'asim ra'im lifnei sheva nashim tovot. So you will do 7 evil deeds in front of 7 good women. Okay. How they come up with these sentences, I don't know. I don't judge. I just read. Al ta'asu shiva ma'asim ra'im lifnei sheva nashim tovot. So now, which makes more sense in the negative command, do not do 7 good. I'm sorry, do not do 7 evil deeds in front of 7 good women. And in the positive command, asu shiva ma'asim ra'im lifnei sheva nashim tovot. Do 7 evil deeds in front of 7 good women. Moving on now to exercise 6, also starting on page 201. This is our read and translate substitution sentence exercise. So we begin with the first sentence that they give you, and that would be Lakakti shalosh avanim beyadi ve'ele le'admati ve'ese chamisha kelim mehem. So I took 3 stones in my hand, and I went up or ascended to my land. And I think just to be clear, the only words I think that the book gave you for Adama is ground or earth, but it makes a little more sense to translate that as land here, which is going to mean essentially the same thing. But if you translate it as as to my ground or to my earth, I mean that would be literally correct anyway, or also. Okay, so I went up to my land, and I made, remember, we're reversing the tense here because we have the Vav in front of it, and I made 5 vessels from them. Aleph, kach shalosh avanim beyadcha va'alei le'adamatcha v'aseh chamisha rather, kelim mehem. So now we have the command form, take 3 stones in your hand, because we have the masculine singular form here. So we're going to use your as the masculine singular your in your hand, and ascend and go up, again the command form, to your land, and make 5 vessels from them. Number 1, the bet substitution. We're substituting now al tikach for I took. So this is al, tells you it's a negative, and that guarantees that this is the command form. So do not take 3 stones in your hand, and do not ascend or go up to your land. Do not make 5 vessels from them. So here's something else to notice. Okay, there's no al here, but you see the form here is the imperfect form, right? But if the beginning, it's just like a word pair. You see a sequence. If the beginning is negative, it's going to negate all the verbs. So you could also translate this in a slightly different way by saying, take 3, do not take 3 stones in your hand, or go up to your land, or make 5 vessels from them. So you don't have to put do not. I mean, again, if you're translating it into English, you can do it in a few different ways. But just recognize that this is the command form, and it is the command form only if you have the negative that is associated with it. Okay. Gimel. Kechu shalosh avanim בידכם ועלו לאדמתכם ועשו 5 kelim mehem. So now we again have the command form, but this is the masculine plural form of it. So take, y'all take, but you don't put you in there, but take 3 stones in your hand, but you do have to have then the masculine plural form of you when you're adding the pronoun, because you're matching this up here. So in your hand, and ascend or go up to your land, and make 5 vessels from them. Dalet, Vayikach shalosh avanim beyado v'ya'al le'admato v'ya'as chamisha kelim mehem. So now we're back with the vav conversive. All right. Yikach, this would not be the command form, but you have the imperfect tense. So normally it would be he will take, but the vav conversive means he took 3 stones in his hand, and he went. Again, you're making these past tense now, or the perfect tense. He went to his land, and he made 5 vessels from them. And now we have number 2, exercise 6. Kasher Avraham HaTzadik Ra'a et Ma'aseh Matot Yisrael HaRa'im Hu Yarad El HaMachane Lekach et HaCherev Mehem Bana Beit Mishpat Ve'az Shofat Otam. All right, so this one's tricky. I want to start translating it just the way you see it here, and then just that's how you might begin to approach translations. But what you're wanting to look out for here is, are there modifiers that aren't right next to the noun? And that's where it gets tricky. In English, of course, the modifier always has to be in front of the noun. Generally, it follows the noun in Hebrew, but in some cases it's separated from the noun. So let's go ahead and do the translation. So when when Abraham, I lost my train of thought. When Abraham, the righteous one, or when the righteous Abraham saw deeds of, this is the word pair form, deeds of the tribes of Israel, the evil. All right, so you come to this and you say, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. So now you look at this, it's a definite marker. So you have an adjective here that has to have a definite noun to connect with. Okay, and it has to be a masculine plural definite noun. So in the sentence, that's going to eliminate matot and Israel, and the only one it can attach to is deeds. So the correct translation, of course, is when Abraham, the righteous one, saw the evil deeds of the tribes of Israel, he went down to the camp, took the sword from them. Now, this is singular. You could translate sword also as plural. He took the swords from them, because that makes a little more sense, because you're dealing with a plural form here. He took the swords from them. He built a city of judgment or laws, and then he judged them. All right. So that was the difficult thing here, was just watch your adjectives. They may not always be in the right place. But if you just translate straight across, you'll figure it out. It just take a little longer. But if you always kind of glance across and see, however you need to do it, that's the way you do it. All right. So Aleph, Kasher ha-sharim hatzadikim ra'u et ma'aseh matot Yisrael ha'ra'im hem yardu el ha'machaneh lachu et ha'cherev mehem banu beit mishpat v'az shaftu otam. So when the righteous chiefs, or the righteous commanders, or the commanders who are righteous, saw the evil deeds of the tribes of Israel, they went down to the camp and they took the swords from them. They built, excuse me, they built a house of judgment, and then they judged them. Exercise 6, sentence 2, substitution bet. Kasher ha'em ha'tzadika ra'ata et ma'aseh matot Yisrael ha'ra'im hi yirada el ha'machaneh lecha et ha'cherev mehem banta beit mishpat ve'az shafta otam. So when and your first inclination when you see this is going to say they, but remember they wouldn't have the olive here. This is mother, so ha'em. So when the righteous mother, or the mother who is righteous, saw, and this is your other clue that it isn't they, because all of these are feminine forms here. She saw the evil deeds of the tribes of Israel. She went down to the camp and, or no end here, she took the swords from them. She built a city of judgment, and then she judged them. Gimel. Kasher ata hatzadik ra'ita et maaseh matot Yisrael ha'ra'im yaradta el ha'machaneh, keep wanting to do that, lekachta et ha'cherev mehem banita beit mishpat ve'az shafatata otam. So when you, masculine singular, the righteous one, saw the evil deeds of the tribes of Israel, you went down to the camp and you took the swords from them. You built a city of judgment, and then you judged them. Dalet. Kasher anachnu hatzadikim ra'inu et ma'aseh matot Yisrael ha'ra'im yaradnu el ha'machaneh lekachnu et ha'cherev mehem baninu beit mishpat ve'az shafatnu otam. So when we, the righteous ones, saw the evil deeds of the tribes of Israel, we went down to the camp, we took the swords from them, we built a city of judgment, and then we judged them. Continuing with sentence number 2, this is substitution hey. Kasher anochi hatzadik ra'iti et maaseh matot Yisrael ha'ra'im yiradti el ha'machaneh lekachti et ha'cherev mehem baniti beit mishpat v'az shafati otam. So when I, the righteous one, saw the evil deeds of the tribes of Israel, I went down to the camp and I took the swords from them. I built a city of judgment, and then I judged them. Vav. Kasher atem hatzadikim ra'item et maaseh matot Yisrael haraim yaradtem el ha-machane לקחתם את החרב מהם, בניתם בית משפט, ואז שפטתם אותם. So when y'all, you masculine plural, when y'all, the righteous ones, saw the evil deeds of the tribes of Israel, y'all descended to, or went down to, the camp. You took the swords from them, you built a city of judgment, and then you judged them. Exercise 6, number 3, still on page 201. V'amarta elaiv telech midbara v'alita hara v'ra'ita abanim v'lekachta otam lemizbeach v'shamata et kol hashamayim v'asita mincha sham. So and you will say to him, Telech, you will go to the desert, and you will go up toward the mountain, and you will see stones, and you will take them to the altar, and you will hear the sound of the voice of the heavens. And you will make an offering there. Substitution Aleph. Ve'amarta elaiv lech midbara ve'alei ha'chara ur'e avanim v'kach otam lemizbeach ushma et kol ha'shamayim v'asei mincha sham. So again, and you will say to them, say to him, go, now we have the command form, go toward the desert and ascend toward the mountain, or go up toward the mountain, and see stones and take them to the altar and hear or listen to the voice of the heavens, and make an offering there. Substitution B, number 3, sentence 3. V'amarta eleha lachi midbara v'ali ha'chara uri avanim uchi otam lemizbeach v'shim'i et kol hashamayim v'asi mincha sham. And you will say to her, go toward the desert and go up toward the mountain and see stones and take them to the altar and listen to the voice of the heavens and make an offering there. So again, we have to change everything here to the feminine form in order to match. Gimel. V'amarta elehem lechu midbara v'alu ha'chara ur'u avanim uchu otam lemizbeach v'shim'u et kol hashamayim v'alu mincha sham. So now our substitution is for masculine plural. So we're going to adjust everything else to match that. And you will say to them, go toward the desert and go up toward the mountains and see stones and take them to the altar and listen to the voice of the heavens and make an offering there. Dalet, v'amarta elehem al telchu midbara v'al ta'alu ha'chara v'al tir'u avanim v'al tichu otam li mizbeach v'al tishme'u et kol hashamayim v'al ta'asu mincha sham. All right, so now we're substituting the negative command form for the masculine plural. So we adjust for that. So we have, and you will say to them, do not go toward the desert and do not and do not go up to the mountains and do not see stones and do not take them to the altar and do not listen to the voice of the heavens and do not make an offering there. So again, you can put in the do nots in each one, or you could maybe go a little simpler by saying, and you will say to them, do not go towards the mountains, ascend, do not go towards the desert, ascend towards the mountains, see the stones, take them to the altar, or again, so you see what we're doing here. We're just eliminating all the do nots. In an English translation, that might sound a little more fluid. So just be aware that you have some flexibility in the translation, but as long as you recognize what you've got here are all the negative forms of the command verbs. Okay, number 4. In exercise 6, and this is the one that gave us trouble before, but here it is again. Number 4. V'yishlach Eleiv Shevat Son Chamisha Kisei Kesef Vayitain Lo Et Hakol Bamincha, or Kamincha, rather. So what we have here is, and he sent to him, or just him, he sent him 7 flocks of something, sheep, goats, and 5 chairs of silver. And he gave him everything as a gift. So again, what happened before is we had kisot, which is plural for chairs, but it's not in the word pair form. So if this were kisot here, then you would say, and he sent him 7 flocks and 5 silver chairs, as opposed to 5 chairs of silver. So be aware that those changes can be subtle, but they're important. All right, the Aleph substitution. Shalach alayv Shevat son v'chamisha kisei kesef v'tein lo et hakol kamincha. So now we have the command form. So send him 7 flocks and 5 chairs of silver, and give him everything as a gift. Bet v'shamlachu alive sheva tzon v'chamisha kisei kesef v'natnu lo et hakol kamincha. So now we have there's no imperative form here, so we're going to pay attention to that. So we have and they will send him 7 flocks and 5 chairs of silver, and they will give him everything as a gift. Okay, substitution Gimel for exercise 6, sentence 4. Vatishlachu alive sheva tzon v'chamisha kisei kesef v'titnu lo et hakol kamincha. So now we have the te'u, again, imperfect form. So that will become, so future tense becomes past tense. So, and te'u would be, and they sent, I'm sorry, you masculine plural, and y'all sent him 7 flocks and 5 chairs of silver, and you will give him everything as a gift. Dalet. V'shalachti alav shevat son v'chamisha kisei kesef v'natati lo et hakol kamincha. So Dalet, now we have and I will send him 7 flocks and 5 chairs of silver, and I will give him everything as a gift. Substitution Hey. V'shalachta eliv sheva tzon v'chamisha kisei kesef v'natata lo et hakol kamincha. So, and you will send him 7 flocks and 5 chairs of silver, and you will give him everything as a gift. You, masculine singular. Vav, shilchu alive shavat son v'chamisha kisei kesef tenu lo et hakol kaminka. So here we have again there's no vav connected here, so it's just going to be straight reading, and we have the command form, the command tense here. So send, again, masculine plural, send, y'all send him 7 flocks and 5 chairs of silver. Give him everything as a gift. And your clue is the exclamation point. Sentence 5. Exercise 6, still on page 201. Sentence 5 reads, Da et hakol asher katuv al Moshe ushma et ha-devarim ha-ketuvim al achiv acharon. So now we're going to deal with the passive participle, but let's translate. So know everything that is written about Moses, and listen to the words that are being written, or just the words written about his brother Aaron. But this is your passive participle, so the general pattern that we've learned before is when you see this, you want to add is being, or are being, or somehow that you don't make this an active verb. But oftentimes, if you're just putting it in the past tense, that can work as well. So the words written. So the action is not, the words aren't doing anything; they're being done too. Is the idea here. All right. Substitution Aleph. Ted'u et hakol asher katuv al Moshe ush matem et ha-devarim ha-katuvim al achiv acharon. So now we have the again imperfect tense, te'u, which would be your masculine plural, y'all. So you will know everything that is being written, or is written. Again, this is the passive participle about Moses, and you will listen to the words being written about his brother Aaron. So now continuing, exercise 6, sentence 5, substitution bet. De'i et hakol asher katuv al Moshe v'shim'i et hadevarim haketuvim al achiv Aharon. So again, the command form we have here is, so we have know everything that is being written or has been written, or know everything written about Moses, and listen to the words being written about his brother Aaron. Okay. Gimel. Al teda et hakol asher katuv al Moshe tishma et ha-devarim ha-ketuvim al achiv Aharon. So now we've negated the word for know, the verb for know. So do not know everything that is being written about Moses. Do not listen. So again, you don't have the all in front of this, but you do have the conjugation here for the command form, tav in front of it, and you have the sentence beginning with the negative. So you're going to carry that across. Do not listen to the words being written or written about his brother Aaron. And Dalet, da'u et hakol asher katuv al Moshe v'shim'u et hadevarim haketuvim al achiv Aharon. So now, command form, the masculine plural form. So know everything that is written or is being written about Moses, and listen to the words being written about his brother Aaron. Exercise 6, sentence 6. Im Leah tiftach et ha-sha'ar et mi timtza sham uma ta'aneh la'adon beta. So if Leah will open the gate, who will she find there, and what will she respond or answer to the Lord of her house? Substitution Aleph. Im David yiftach et ha-sha'ar et mi yimtza sham u'ma ya'aneh ladon beto. If David will open the gate, who will he find there, and what will he answer to his, what will he reply, or what will he answer to the Lord of his house? Bet im ha-kohanim yiftachu et ha-sha'ar et mi yimtzeu sham uma ya'anu ladon betem. If the priests will open the gate, who will they find there, and what will they answer to the Lord of their house? Sentence 6, substitution Gimel. Im ata tiftach et ha-sha'ar et mi timtza sham uma ta'ane ladon beitcha. So if you will open the gate, who will you find there, and what will you answer to the Lord of your house? Substitution Dalet. Im ani eftach et ha'sha'ar et mi emtza sham uma e'enei la'adon beti. So if I will open the gate, who will I find there, and what will I answer to the Lord of my house? Hey, im anachnu niftach et hasha'ar et mi nimtza sham uma na'anei ladon betenu. If we will open the gate, who will we find there, and what will we answer to the Lord of our house? And last but not least, on exercise 6, sentence 7. Omor et ha-devarim levincha v'az ertse im yishma lekolcha v'im ya'aseh et hakol. So now we have, again, command form. Say the words to your son, and then I will see if he will listen to your voice, and if he will do everything. Substitution Aleph. Imri et ha-devarim livnech v'az ere im yishma lekolech v'im ya'aseh et hakol. So here we have say, but now we have the feminine form. Say the words to your son, again, feminine form here, and then I will see if he will listen to your voice, and if he will do everything. Substitution bet. Imru et hadevarim lavinchem v'az ere im yishma lekolchem v'im ya'aseh et hakol. So again, command form for masculine plural. Say the words to y'all's son, and then I will see if he will listen to your voice, and if he will do everything. Gimel. Tichra'i et ha-devarim levinech v'az ere im yishma lekolech v'im ya'aseh et hakol. So here we have to E, but we don't have the command form. This would be the straight imperfect tense. So to E is you feminine singular. So you will proclaim, or you will call, but probably proclaim. You will proclaim the words to your son, and then I will see if he will listen to your words and if he will do everything. And Dalet substitution. Kir'u et hadevarim levinchem v'az er'e im yishma lekolchem ve'im ya'aseh et hakol. So now we are back to command form, plural form, masculine plural. So proclaim. The words to your, again, masculine plural, to your son, and then I will see if he will listen to your voice and if he will do everything. So, and if you did something different here, I mean, you might have. So again, this is plural. You're proclaimed to your. You might have made this plural to your sons, but again, just keep it simple for these exercises. Fine as well. All right. Well, it's getting late, but let's try and get through these. These are should be fairly well known verses, so we might be able to get through them quickly. Let's see what happens. Veyomer Adonai el Avram, lech lecha me artzecha u mim moradetcha u mebeit avicha el haaretz asher arecha. So, and God, Hashem, Adonai, however you want to translate this, and Hashem said to Avram, "Go to you." Normally, it's just translated as "go to." Go to from your land and from your place of birth and from the house of your father to the land that I will show you. Genesis 12:1 and 2. Vayomer kach na et bincha et yachidcha asher ahavta et yitzchak vilech lecha el eretz ha Moria. That's Genesis 22:2. So, and he said, and this is God speaking, take, please, your son, your only one, whom you love. So again, you kind of notice things that are interesting here as you look at this. So take your son whom you love, or that you love, Asher, probably that, or who. But who you love is actually in the past tense, and I think normally you would see this as in the present tense, but it says who you loved, and then Isaac as a direct object. He's the one who you loved, Isaac. And again, take him to the land of Moriah, Kim being understood. All right, then Mechol ha behema ha tehora tichach lecha shiva esh ve'ishto umin ha behema asher lo tahora Hiv Shanayim Ish Ve'ishto. So from all the animals that are ritually pure, all the ritually pure animals, you will take 7 men, or 7 male, and 7 female, and from the animals that are not ritually pure, 2 male and female. Genesis 7:2. Again, you're kind of playing a little bit with the translation, but that's the one we're most likely familiar with. All right. Vayomer lo lechna ra'eh et shalom achecha v'et shalom hatzon. So this is Joseph's story. Jacob talking to Joseph here, and he said to him, go please, and although there's no and here, go please and see see about the shalom, the welfare of your brothers, and the welfare of the flocks, or the flock, singular. Number 5, ki lo achal lechem v'lo shata mayim shlosha yamim ushlosha leilot. So 1 Samuel 30:12. Because you will not eat bread and you will not drink water 7 days and 7 nights. Again, 1 Samuel 30:12, 6. V'Noach ben Shesh me'ot shana v'hamavul haya mayim al haaretz. Genesis 7:6. And Noah was, this is the age thing, was 600 years old, and the flood was water on the land. So I think normally it's probably trying to, and the flood, the waters of the flood were on the land, or were over the land. But anyway, Genesis 7:6. Number 7 should be very familiar. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavcha, v'chol nefshecha, v'chol me'odecha. Of course, the Shema. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Okay, last one, 8, Genesis 41:41. Vayomer Paro el Yosef Ra'eh Natati Otcha al Kol Eretz Mitzrayim. So, and he said, and Pharaoh said to Joseph, see, I will set you over all the land of Egypt. Okay, hopefully there are less mistakes in this video, and it will be of much more value to you. So again, we're looking at First Hebrew Primer. We are working in chapter 19, Commands and Numbers, exercise 2, and then the next video, of course, is Tall Tales and Ruth. So thanks for sharing this learning time with me. For Yeshiva B'nai Noach, I'm Tom Averna. Shalom.